Yo, what is up? ReGen, $50 donation. Way to go, ReGen. Mongoose, what's up, man?
I don't get a chance to shamelessly shill for stuff, but if you're going to do it, a Children's Research Hospital is the way to go. So get out those wallets and throw a few bucks in here. Should be hype. We get to cast our friends,
Our good
ReGen
friend.
Red Division C Grand Champions, Murda,
Ooh, baby.
against Frank's Furters, who, boy, have looked hot today, man.
Yeah, they're looking really good. I see they brought in B-Train today, and they're playing some fun stuff. I saw Vikings earlier, a bit of Chen from B-Train as well. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm excited. This is such a great event, great tournament. Make sure you're using !donate in the chat to figure out how to donate, or if you're over on Twitch, right below the stream in the Twitch panels, there's a link there as well. So we got ReGen Red, the Division C Grand Champions, up against Frank's Furters, and this is C versus D. Let's see how these Grand Champions work.
Yeah, Pro Brush. I know Arrow's been cast in the first couple games, so he should have the inside scoop on what Frank's Furters is rolling with. Although speaking of, I think we need to switch our lobbies, right? Our lobby things, by the way. But
yeah. I don't
Pro
know.
Brush on that Medivh has been pretty on point. It wouldn't surprise me with Arrow cast in those first couple games if we see a Medivh ban coming out.
Yeah, Medivh ban. The Medivh last game there on Towers of Doom that you guys just saw if you're hanging in from round number 2. It worked out. I mean, they look pretty strong. And now twice tonight we've seen Frank's Furters over on Towers of Doom, and 2 wins for them over there. So I'm wondering what was banned. Did we hear back what was banned here in this matchup? But I wonder if ReGen Red took notice and banned away Towers of Doom.
So just wanted to make sure we give hypes to Justerius for donating today, and Sardonic as well. Thanks, guys. Great cause.
Ooh.
Keep throwing it out there. We just hit 500. Murda, am I crazy?
500, yeah. It was 10 from Justerius and 20 from Sardonic. That puts us at the next goal. $500. We went live 3 hours and 20 minutes ago. We're only through 2 rounds. And you guys, you amazing people of Nexus Gaming Series, have helped raise $500 for St. Jude. That's amazing.
That's crazy, man. You hear people, the Heroes of the Storm community is fantastic. The Nexus Gaming Series community, fantastic. That's really cool to see. Hopefully we keep that money train rolling. St. Jude's is a fantastic place. So that's really cool to see. $500 so far. That's big time.
That is big time. So keep it coming. !donate in chat if you are confused on where to go. Right now it's the Division C Grand Champions up next. ReGen Red. We're hanging out in lobby. It looks like we're trying to figure out who the last player is going to be here for ReGen today. I know they're working on.
There she is.
Okay, yeah, she made it. There she is. Okay, yeah, Red, the manager of ReGen, subbing in to fill in for a couple players that couldn't make it here on this Saturday.
She plays on PFM normally, so really good player, experienced. Certainly no slouch filling in for RGR there.
Yeah, also filling in today for ReGen Red will be Deltron, who's been playing for ReGen Retro here during Season 6 that just ended. Also playing with them over in Heroes Lounge, North America Season 2. So a couple subs for ReGen Red tonight. A couple subs on the other side for Frank's Furters as well. So fun matchup here in round number 3 of the NGS Season 6 Champions Charity Tournament. That's a tongue twister almost, Moggy.
Yeah, man. Frank's Furters, though, they didn't just bring subs, Murda. They bought spicy subs coming out with Medivhs and Chens and all kinds of stuff. Really embracing the spirit of a beautiful Saturday.
So Volskaya Foundry map number 1, and this was the map selection of ReGen Red. So first to ban will be Frank's Furters on the clock here. 30 seconds to go.
Also, B-Train not just playing, but dropping in $20 as well.
Ooh.
So B-Train multitasking here as first ban Anna coming out from Frank's Furters. A little targeting of our boy Rec there.
I'm also getting word from our wonderful producer Jason that the next goal, if we get it, we will be awarded one of these backpacks from Play Live, which we'll be able to raffle off. Remember, every $10 you donate today will earn you one raffle ticket in for these prizes at the end. So keep track of what you're donating. Make sure you're on those $10 intervals if you want to maximize your raffle potential.
Yeah, there's the Medivh band. Arrow saying, I saw enough of that those first 2 sets. We're not going to be messing around with any of that. We should also give props to Jay, because he put this whole thing together. Even though we're rotating casters in and out of here, Murrah, Jayzon is the guy producing, streaming this whole thing all day long. So this whole event, it's Jayzon behind the scenes setting everything up. So if you stumble across Jayzon, give him an attaboy. We got a Li Ming ban and a Deckard ban coming out as well.
Yeah, you see two kind of mages with Medivh and Li Ming banned out and 2 healers in that first ban phase. Now we see some power plays being picked up. A new Barak, who, if you follow it along in Season 6, undefeated was Arrow playing a new Barak in Division C. And then Deltron going to hop on Maiev. And on the other side, we see Stukov and Raynor picked up for Frank's Furters.
Yeah, not just Stukov and Raynor, but Dallying Pig's very favorite ETC. That was kind of the ban that Frank's Furters started getting. The rep that they got is if they got ETC, they're really difficult to beat. And if you want to sniff them, you got to ban out that ETC. But Dallying Pig able to get on his favorite cow and ReGen Red, banning out Zeratul.
Yeah, Zeratul taken away does relieve some of that pressure that they might see from something like the Void Prison, Stukov silence underneath, and then you just bring the ETC in for a big mosh pit. I like taking away the Zeratul, especially here on Volsky. He can get around and cause some trouble. But I do think there are some pretty valid heroes like a Junkrat right now. ReGen Red would be very well suited to have that here. Also, we've seen Murder play a lot of Orphea. I couldn't get it out of my mouth fast enough, but I promise you that was my sentence. Was I wouldn't be surprised if we see that picked right here. Still waiting for Red and Repsychic to grab theirs. It's going to be White Mane for Red, aka Arya.
We're going to see Chen here. B-Train still sitting down there. I believe he also plays a pretty mean Jaina, if my memory serves him right. And Jaina Raynor would go together really well. I'm going to say, Murda, I'm a little disappointed, though. These are some very standard teams for a charity event. I don't see nearly enough Murkies. I don't see nearly enough Lost Vikings. There we go. Repsychic to the rescue.
Oh!
Busting out the diva.
If you've been following along in ReGen chats, you'd know that there's been a meme going around with Repsychic and Diva. I haven't seen him try to do this yet, but he says he's been practicing Diva. I'm excited. This will be fun. It's Volskaya, so it's a decent map for her.
For sure.
Will he find enough value? That Arthas last pick, is it going to be trouble? We'll find out here. Game number 1 of our round 3 matchup. ReGen Red versus Frank and his Furters.
You know, I was going to say, Mert, I'm pretty sure both Arya and Rek are actually support players. So we're either going to see a lot of double support or some people playing off roles and into some weird stuff.
Yep.
I'm going to... Lorelli D'Angelo with a $20 donation. So thank you so much. Keeping the charity going.
Yeah, Lorelai's been there all day, throwing out the bits, keeping it steady since round 1. Appreciate you being here. Also, a lot of people in chat right now. I see Mark Zombie here, and ladies and gents, later on this afternoon, if you want to see some Mark Zombie, it'll be right back here with me for one of our later rounds. I think it's round number 5, right after you're done with your next round, Mongoose. So,
yes, sir.
Thanks for hanging, Mr. Mark Zombie.
I think it'll be
Lexia.
you and Mark Zombie, right?
Yeah, me and Mark Zombie. But
That's
after
right.
this, it's after your next match with
Slexia. Mongoose and
right.
Slexia, followed by Murda and Mark Zombie.
You got it. Ladies and gents, we're here inside of game number 1, and over on our left-hand side, I would love to introduce to you the Division C Grand Champions. ReGen Red, Repsychic on Diva, Arrow playing a new Barak, Arya on White Mane, Murder playing Orphea, and last but not least, of course, it will be Deltron on the Maiev. Ladies and gents, once again, ReGen Red.
And Frank's Furters, winners of our first 2 sets in our Champions Charity Tournament today. Dallying Pig playing ETC, Boggs playing Raynor, Indecisive on Stukov, B-Train on Arthas, and Pro Brush on Nazebo.
Alright, checking in here, level ones. We got, of course, our Prog Rock for ETC, which is going to help out a lot with this Stukov, who provides plenty of healing in his own right. But later on, especially on a map like Volskaya, when you can rotate between mid and top, so easy for him to grab globes here. Umbral Bind Quest for Maev, and Deltron really going to be one of those pivotal figures in this assault from ReGen Red.
Yeah, as a player who has played some ETC as well, I can tell you that Prog Rock at 1, that was one of those talents they targeted in that patch earlier this week to try to make some of those other talents more pickable, but not just the healing to spread around your team, but it helps with ETC's durability a lot later in the game as well. It's so good because ETC is not a particularly tanky tank, and it really helps offset that for him.
I want to check in down bottom. Look at my boy Recyclic playing this diva up against B-Train. Everyone's favorite hype caster, B-Train, of course. Landing a Howling Blast there and getting a little bit of extra auto damage on top of this diva. But interesting to see how the matchup's going to end up. I think mostly it's just going to be used for point control later on when we're fighting over these Triglav protectors.
Yeah, Frank's Furters jumping on the turret early. ReGen Red responding a short time later. You know, when you're Frank's Furters here, if these guys keep on running, you wonder if fatigue actually does get to be an issue, because these long day tournaments, when you're playing back-to-back sets, even in a fairly laid-back charity type environment, it actually does get a little bit tiring.
Yeah, it's a lot of games. I believe this is now game number 6 of today for Frank's Furters. Or was it 3 in the opening round as well?
It was 3 in the opening round as well.
Okay, so this is their 7th game. And yeah, you're right. It does start to get taxing. Is there mental fatigue going on? We see Nazeebo trying to be burrow charged upon by Arrow. He's going to miss both the burrow charge and the impale. So ProBrush able to get back behind the wall. Here comes ETC and crew. ReGen Red, they got their wave cleared. They're ready to move on.
Worth noting, self-destruct. I wonder if I always watch Diva for nuclear option. I believe it's 7. It turns the bomb into something less of a weapon and more of a zoning tool with that increased timer that gives you forever to get out of the destruct range. But on Volskaya, you wonder if the zoning tool might have more value.
I mean, it could. I think the value is going to come in whoever can help this top camp push. We see both sides grabbing them now. And with the new Brack here, I think Orphea might come up as well. Yeah, here comes Orphea. Going to get one more wave. So that should help this top push for ReGen Red during this objective. Back over on the point, though, we do see that Frank's Furters are first on top of it. And we'll start getting channeling in a second because Arrow's not going to stay in there up against a Rainer.
One more donation coming from our boy Shui, unable to participate in the tournament here today with his fellow ReGen Redders, but here in spirit and making a contribution as well.
ReGen Red moving their sights now over to this Sentinel camp. Arrow going to land a little impale, but ETC's showing up. The rest of the squad here as well. A couple turrets on hand. We'll see if either side wants to drop it. Diva now quickly racing up, reducing some of the damage on the front line from Arthas as Orphea starting to shred through with some of these Qs of hers, hitting a lot of targets at once. There's the camp picked up by ReGen Red. They get the biotic emitter. Might find a kill. No, they don't. Barely getting away is ETC with that power slide. Neither side with a kill yet. 4 minutes in here on Volskaya.
Yeah, pretty clean play by both sides, kind of knowing when to cut your losses and retreat to live another day. Frank's Furters looks like they might have gotten something onto Murder with a pretty aggressive backside rotation. B-Train on that Arthas, putting damage onto Orphea, but you know, Wreck arrived at just the right time with the Diva, and Frank's Furters just backed out of that. Both teams now immediately onto their turrets, and man, Murder, there's a lot of toys here. 2 turrets for both sides, a biotic emitter for ReGen Red. There's going to be a lot of stuff on the ground if they opt to press those buttons.
Yeah, we're 4.5 in, and that's pretty much perfect timing on all these camps so far. I mean, as good as you can hope for from both sides. Triple Umbral Bind, pulling back is Deltron, now storming in with the bomb as Diva. Gonna zone people out, might get the kill. No, Stukov barely living, 36, no, he does fall. There was a turret on the ground. It's still down from ReGen Red, and now they're looking at B-Train, but he's Arthas, he might get away. Here's another tether, but Arthas gonna survive. First objective, though, of the game, gonna be secured here by ReGen Red.
Yeah, great triple Umbral Bind coming out from Maev. Good follow-up by Arrow coming in with the burrow charge. using the Diva bomb there to split up that team fight. Really well executed there by ReGen Red.
And they're just looking at these front walls, which is pretty much a strategy to go with the new form Triglot Protector. You can just really rip through them efficiently, get the XP you want, and then while you're here at top, if you still have some HP left, some time left, go for the well. And here you see Arrow starting to set his eyes on it, and that well is now down. So 2 walls, 1 well, and that's going to be the end of our first objective here for ReGen.
Yeah, and about a full level lead too by ReGen Red, despite pretty clean from both sides, but farming those front walls in mid and top, along with 2 unanswered kills, giving them a little bit of an XP lead there.
Checking in down bottom once again. Diva's still here up against Arthas. Fairly even in the matchup for now, so we'll flip back over to support camp 40 seconds away, but here comes an attempt at Nazebo, sidestepping away from that and impale his pro brush. Second time he avoided a gank here in the top lane now, and having to rely a lot on his team is this Nazebo. I wonder maybe if it just makes sense to switch him up with the Arthas, because they're not rotating the Nazebo around. They're trying to keep him stationary. What are your thoughts, Mongoose?
Yeah, if you're not going to double rotate him, then you put him in where he has the best matchup. And if he's at risk of being rotated on that top lane, you know, why not put him in the bottom if you're only keeping him single lane? But ideally, anytime you got that Nazebo, you really want to double stack him if you can.
There is a spot with level 10s for ReGen Red where they're able to just push into that fort uncontested. And that's huge because control point B being next, without any structure to retreat to, Frank's Furters is going to be in a world of pain up there. Of course, that well was already destroyed by the Triglot Protector earlier. As we see teams starting to fight over this camp, we have heroics available for both sides. None have been used yet from ReGen Red. Walking on the point, but a great cocoon by Arrow, making sure ETC doesn't steal that away. Sneaky little move as Orpheus starting to just get ridiculous inside that Warden's cage with Maiev. With with the mod.
No.
This is lights out. Turning around. Look at Frank's Furters go. Double killing ReGen Red when they had no business at all getting that.
You know, I said it in draft. Do not let Dallying Pig get on ETC. We see why his division was banning that out. I was getting ready to call for the ReGen clip it, and somebody should clip it, but for Dallying Pig and Frank's Furters, because that counter 3-man mosh pit turned what was 100% going to be a ReGen team fight win into a triple kill for Frank's Furters there.
Yeah, it looked like Orphea maybe not quite stacked up enough to do all the damage that those health bars had. So they weren't able to get any kills, and it was a huge turnaround. Now you see another counterattack here as Frank's Furters was trying to assault the rest of that wall. They do get the wall down and end up being able to retreat as well. Division D currently up 3-2 right now, Mongoose. They're looking really good. They already knocked out the other side, Division C West, earlier. I'm excited right now for Frank's Furters. They're looking solid.
Yeah, they look really good. We haven't touched on it yet either, but that Raynor Arthas synergy with Ace in the hole at 1, Raynor can really pump out the damage if he just kind of sits on whoever Arthas has that Tempest on. So Boggs and B-Train want to definitely be on the same page, but that triple kill murder combined with the camp experience went from a full level lead to basically even between these two squads.
Yeah, and you know, it's just a small XP lead, and really not too much on the map that's gonna be good for either side right now. I mean, there's one turret in the hands of ReGen Red right now. On the other side, it's one turret for Frank's Furters, but that biotic emitter, it's still not available to be picked up. It was picked up earlier and used immediately. So even items, and we're gonna get a pretty even fight with level 13s for both sides. Looks like Mongoose has disconnected. So I will be resuming with the call here. On the point, moving in, Frank's Furters looking to get damage on Arrow. He's already at 50% health. Not getting a lot of support from Whitemane quite yet, as a little bit distracted in the lane with that Arthas Diva matchup that was going on. So on the point now, in charge is Frank's Furters. Dallying Pig still holding on to that turret that he's got there. Arrow also holding on to a turret. ReGen Red trying to clear up some minions. Maybe going to move back in. We see the zombie wall thrown out by Pro Brush. Here comes that push in. Burrow charge in, gonna land onto Stukov as the Hyperion coming out in response. Arrow taking a lot of damage. There's the Gargantuan, as well as this Warden's Cage on the backside. Diva Bomb inside. Will it lock anyone in? No, it won't. The Cocoon a little late on ETC. He's gonna pop out and have that Mosh Pit available. We'll see if he's able to use it at all. But ReGen Red very stacked right now. If Dallying Pig goes in, he's got this Mosh. There it comes and doesn't hit anyone. But the Howling Blast hits through from B-Train. There goes one. Diva's gonna be popped out of the mech's gonna have auto attack. B-Train may be in trouble from those. And yeah, Rex gonna get the kill on B-Train, but maybe paying with his own life. Yes, he will. Orphea here, just the last standing along with Whitemane. And it's gonna be Frank's Furters for the second time in a row taking a team fight. And they're gonna be in control here of control point B. And I don't know if ReGen Red can make it up here in time. Nazebo does have no mana. A couple globes here should help that. And yeah, they're going to be solid here. Or if you're just going to rotate around, presumably picking up this fortification camp. 92%, and that will be it. First objective of the game in the hands of Frank's Furters. Coming 11 minutes and 20 seconds in here on Volskaya Foundry. Hopping inside is Stukov and Raynor. This top fort already pretty low. The Gargantuan comes out, a bunch of toads. Protectors here as well if they want to finish it off with the glove. Yeah, there it goes, and the laser as well. Looks like we might have Mongoose back, but he's still got to load in the game. How you doing, Mongoose?
Back in Discord, waiting to reconnect.
All right, so in the meantime, Mongoose, you missed. Frank's Furters ended up picking up this second objective of the game. Just got through top fort, now rotating down to mid. Sitting at about 40%. That laser's going to do a chunk there as well. And it looks like we'll be 2 forts down with this objective push. But on the backside, ReGen Red looking for some kills. There's the Cocoon onto ETC. It's going to be instantly frogged by Nazebo. So Dallying Pig already sent loose. And I think he's going to get out. A good face melt there. But here comes the Burrow charge. Umbral Bind pulling him back. Impale going to keep him there just a little bit longer. ETC solo, but not gonna fall. Dallying Pig is going to hearth out. He's safe, and that's going to be it. Protector's going to expire in about 14 seconds. ReGen Red seems content with how much damage they've done to it. They're just going to rotate out, start getting more XP. They don't have their level 16 talents yet. And Frank's Furters, they are in the lead, about a full level lead right now for them. Camp available on their side of the map, so they're going to look at it right away. On the other side, ReGen Red, still 1 minute and 10 seconds away from their fortification camp respawning. So, item control right now, I think that's the one there I see for Frank's Furters. Still one in the hands of Orphea. So we are tied up on that item control, and now we're looking at a Sentinel camp. Dallying Pig standing on top. Arrow has it scouted. Needs the rest of his team, but wouldn't be surprised if he wants to Burrow charge right in. He just got his Cocoon online, but no, he's not going to take it. Still no level 16s. They didn't want to make the move without it. So support camp now in the hands of Frank's Furters. And ReGen Red's got to figure out what they're going to do. They got this Diva right now down bottom, soaking a little bit more as they have reached that level 16 mark. Their opponents are up top clearing a camp, so this might signal to push onto this wall, and this might actually be a well to go along with the wall. 4 members showing in the top lane, just Arthas here in defense. And here comes the Burrow charge in. B-Train potentially in trouble, getting impaled. Does have the slows out, but I mean, Arthas got a lot in your face. Now being pulled back. Pops his ghouls, gonna get a little bit of healing, but is it enough? We'll find out. Here comes Nazebo, and B-Train's gonna get out of there. Just not enough damage for ReGen Red, as now Arthas gonna try to Howling Blast, and Orphea actually hits 3. Diva trying to slow down the damage, but the Mosh Pit in from Dallying Pig. Gonna finish off a couple. Oh, Diva hopping out of the mech. Yeah, she's gonna get a bomb explosion right in the face of Raynor. Bog's very low. Cocoon also came out, but Arrow, he's gonna fall first if anyone goes down here. Supporting though from Arya, keeping the new Barak alive. This fight continues. Maev, can you turn this? Can you get some Fan of Knife resets for ReGen? I don't think it's gonna happen. Neither side fallen yet, or will Arrow finally go down? There it is. Triple kill for Frank's Furters. They're able to invade a camp, still hold on to their biotic emitter and turret from earlier. And this is huge control now for them.
Another triple kill murder. I hope Frank's Furters didn't make any afternoon plans, because they look they look pretty good, man. Another triple kill. You know, with the Diva, you wondered if ReGen Red is going to have enough damage in this comp, and that does seem to be kind of an issue. Unable to bring down the Arthas. having some trouble securing kills. We'll see.
Yeah, the damage does seem to be the issue. They just don't have enough. If I flip over and show, I guess I can't show you, but currently it's Raynor in the lead, 40,000. Orphea with 36,000. So like on the charts, it looks about even, but just a ton of supporting coming out from Stukov as well. And the self-healing, and now with the prog rock completed from ETC, it's just so much healing coming out of Frank's Furters.
And now ReGen Red, they got to step in on this. They can't wait for Frank's Furters to get close to 20. They do have pressure in the top lane, Murder, but some tough choices here. They want to take this pre-20 fight. They don't want to let that camp free push. There's really not a great option for them either way, but this is as good as it's going to get as Nazeebo is late. So ReGen is going to have some numbers advantages for the first few seconds of this. Cocoon onto Stukov, indecisive in a rough spot, is in the middle of the Warden's cage, is walking away on the conveyor belt, does almost get away, but not quite. Stukov going down.
D.Va about to go down as well, hopping out. Does have the big shot now as Repsychic playing Baby D.Va, but there goes Arrow, and there went the support Whitemane as well. So double kill once again for Frank's Furters. They're going to make it 3 on Orphea. And with D.Va out of her mech, this is basically 3.5, right?
Yeah, I think it's a half, man. That's another triple kill, basically.
And all the while, up top, still pushing, is this camp and Catapult.
So that's going to be, what, back-to-back Rock'em Sock'em robots secured for Frank's Furters. They're going to be free pushing down this bottom lane. ReGen Red is in a world of trouble.
Yeah, they're going to have to worry about their wall being down as well, because look how fast Nazeebo is, fully stacked at level 20 with Vile Infection. And these toads and all this poison just ruptures anything it touches. So now this keep under pressure. Triglot Protector is going to be right behind, and still 6 seconds until Orphea respawns. This keep's going to be down by the time she's here.
And not just by the time she's here, this keep's going to be down before the Triglot Protector even arrives. They're going to have a level 20 Triglot Protector with a free path to core. So question is, are they going to gun for a second keep, which it looks like they're maneuvering in that direction? Really looking to put that stranglehold on ReGen Red.
Yeah, one thing to note is Raynor's inside the Triglot right now. He has that Hyperion, which helps so much in the siege. He's also so much damage onto a Nubarak, who's been kind of one of the linchpins in the combo here. There's a big crushing Jaws hitting too, and this is exactly why you maybe don't want Raynor inside that Protector right now. He just can't provide as much supporting, but they're getting the damage anyway. And a huge, massive shove onto a Nubarak, sending him to BFE. Deltron taking so much damage. He's down. D.Va here with a bomb. Might need to explode it right around the fort. We'll see what Repsychic wants to do there, but ends up being a 1-for-0. Maiev down, Keep down as well as the Triglot Protector expired.
That looked like the Stukov highlight video they had where the massive shove just shoved him all the way back cross map. Those arrow got sent all the way back, but another huge fight breaking out. But I do not think ReGen Red is going to get the best of this D.Va bomb. Massive shoved away. 2 more down, 3 more down, maybe 4 more. If Murder steps into this, I don't like her chances. Backing up, B-Train gets her, and that's a complete ace.
Wow. 17-4, Frank's Furters. Wow. Quite the showing by them.
They look strong.
All right, so let me record that in my book. Frank's Furters up 1-0. They've already won 4 other matches today, entering round number 3, and they've been playing since this tournament started. Staying hot, remaining hot here up against the Division C Grand Champions. 4 kills up against their own 17. Outstanding work, maybe most notably by Boggs. 8-0 on the Raynor, leading all heroes in hero damage.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. Boggs just really shredding heroes with a little assist from the Arthas there. 63k damage, tops in the game, top kills in the game. Didn't die a single time there. And man, oh man, Frank's Furters 1 game away from advancing to facing the Division B opponents. Climbing their way through C, climbing their way through D, and NUES, here we come, baby.
Yeah, well, man, NUES, that is one heck of a team. But I mean, after seeing this game number one and seeing how they've played in those previous two matches, Frank's Furters looks like no slouch here today. Outstanding teamwork, and they were able to win all those team fights post 10. So really no trouble at all in fighting up against Division C today.
Yeah, I think the damage was a problem. The Diva was fun, of course, but I don't think it provided a lot in the context of the game. That Diva bomb got shoved out at least twice that I saw. I think the only time we really saw good value out of the Diva bomb was the very, very first Triglav protector. They had a pretty good one, but after that, it just didn't seem to get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah, it's rather tough to pick the hero. Of course, Zukov was already selected by Frank's Furters, and Recyclic still chose the Diva. But you gotta credit Boggs though. Or who played the Stukov last game? It wasn't Bog.
I'll recognize it when I see it.
Yeah, we'll see it. But the Stukov play was just outstanding there in game number one. The massive shove was great, and the supporting throughout, keeping heroes alive in those team fights was really a difference maker and making sure they were able to win that. Mongoose and I were still hanging out, waiting for our next lobby, but we do want to remind you this is a charity stream! ! Donate in chat if you want to find out how you can help contribute. Currently, we're sitting at $550. What is going on? This is insane, Mongoose. Incredible supporting today.
Yeah, the NGS community, the Heroes of the Storm community, I said it earlier, it's special, great people. The sense of, use the word again, the sense of community that we have is fantastic, and this is a really fun event. Great cause, of course, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So get out those wallets, guys. Drop a few bucks in there. Every little bit helps. Can't say anything bad about anybody who drops in any amount in there. So
we did make it to that $500 mark. You see that check showed up on your screen, which means the Twitch hoodie is now an item that will be raffled off later on. Next up's that backpack. If we reach the $1,000 mark, we'll be able to add that into the raffle as well. So keep them dollars coming. We also appreciate the bits in chat. I see a Twitch Prime subscription from Himibo and 500 bits there from Bummernot. You guys are fantastic. I know Slexi and Venus, you guys have been throwing out an insane amount of bits as well. Did we miss anyone else with bits today, Mongoose?
Possibly, man. There have been a lot of bits.
Bickle with a few there, I see.
Yeah, there have been a lot popping in there. So if we missed anybody, we still heart you. But everybody's been fantastic and generous, and what a great event.
Yeah, it's been great. Oh, I'm the last one in the lobby. Looks like we're all here.
Cursed Hollow Murder, game number 2. Looks like ReGen Red opted for first pick. So this would be the map choice.
Is this a new player coming in as well?
Frank's Furters for
Postal. Is this a new player?
Maybe. They may have gone past where they figured they'd be playing, so they might be scrambling to get some players in here because man, you're rocking and rolling.
Hey, who's on right now, guys? We need some players.
I know, somebody ping your friends list. We need to get some peeps in here.
Here comes Postal to help out. Appreciate everyone who is a player tonight, everyone who is a viewer today as well. This has been a lot of fun so far, getting to watch, getting to hang out. Okay, yeah, looks like they're asking if everyone's ready to go.
So Cursed Hollow Murder, a little different than Volskaya. From the new map to the old map.
Yeah, and it's such a big map. There's so much more priority onto Merc camps as well. The timing of those camps and how much value you can get from them, not to mention 2 bosses on this giant. So will there be any more attention spent? Because Volskaya, albeit you get an item, they're very important. Maybe the timing isn't as important here on Cursed Hollow. So we'll find out which team's a little more prepared for that today. Looks like we may have lost a player.
Did we lose somebody? Postal, say it ain't so.
Yeah, it looked like Postal was going to be ready to go, and then he just went Postal.
But all right, well, looks like it's going to be an AI player for Frank's Furters. We're hardcore here in our charity tournaments.
Hey, if they want to do it, I wouldn't be surprised. Zukai now subbing in instead of Postal. See if Zukai can remain longer than Postal did.
All right. I hope that means we're all R and we can get this show on the road.
I'm throwing my R out there just because I'm anxious to see some more HOTS.
You know, always pulling for my boys at with ReGen Red, but Murda, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing some Div team just roll up this tournament because that would be hella fun, man.
Oh yeah, let's
Go
share
Frank's
some fun.
Furters.
I'm totally all for it. If Frank's Furters can push through and knock out Celeb Gaming at the end of the day, that would be the coolest. Let's do it. Looks like ReGen Red's ready to go. Dallying Pig representing Frank's Furters. He says they're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2, and it's going to be Cursed Hollow. Wait, are we going? Repsychic? You're the host? Hello?
Press.
I can't start, he says.
Button.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, well, that makes it certainly awkward when the host can't start.
The host can't start. I wonder what the problem is.
It says someone is opening loot chest.
Oh my god.
Awkward.
Who's opening loot chest? Stop looting. You guys have been opening a loot chest of bits. Moist Venus and Slexia both reaching the 5K mark here on twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. Congratulations, and hope you enjoy your new badges next to your names. And looks like we do have our lobby finally, Mr. Mongoose. Cursed Hollow for game number 2.
I mean, if I'm ReGen Red, you got 2 great support players. I say you just steer into it, man. I want to see a double support Vala hyper carry. Let's do it to it.
Man, I wonder if ReGen Red is going to want to try to grab a victory here in game number 2 and not draft a diva.
Well, that's a good sign. Banning out the Medivh is a first start.
Yeah, maybe some tryhards. I did ban the Medivh in game number 1. Also banned out the Zeratul and Deckard Cain. Here we see the Ana being banned out for the second time as well from Frank's Furters.
So I'm going to stick with that Zera ban. Going to go with something a little different. I think Zera was the mid ban last game, yeah? Was that top ban?
He was mid ban, yep.
Yeah.
A lot of bits there. Let me count. Yep, 1,000 bits from Dr. Mantis TV. Thank you so much for being here. Wear your 1K bit badge with pride. We appreciate those bits. There is a ban on ETC, and no. Dallying Pig, not 2 games in a row, says Arrow.
Yeah, the Mosh, in particular, the first one on the biotic emitter was completely backbreaking for that game. It seemed like the momentum just totally flipped after that point in the game. Zeratul ban coming out by Frank's Furters.
Victory for the Forsaken.
And there's just
going to be playing first pick Sylvanas.
Early, right?
Silva's really good right now. I really like Sylvanas.
I know Jason's been picking her this early.
Yes. Yeah, we really like her. Spoilers.
It's off season. Don't worry about it. Things can change by then. A Nubarak Rainer. Oh, not only do they get a Nubarak away from Arrow, but they grab Rainer, such a great counter to a Nubarak. And Boggs played it so well, maybe our MVP from game number 1. So these are 2 huge picks there from these 2 NGS moderators.
Yeah, and there's going to be Wreck onto Lucio, Arrow onto Johanna. So some comfort picks coming out here for ReGen Red Murder.
Yeah, getting Repsychic onto something different than a diva. Stick it in the Overwatch family. It's going to be Lucio, one of his favorites. Arrow's going to play the Johanna, help blind up that Rainer. Maybe provide some initiation for the Sylvanas to get inside with the Blessed Shield that Johanna can offer. There's the final ban for Frank's Furters will be Dahaka. Waiting on one more here from ReGen.
Maybe Jaina could be coming down the pipes. B-Train was really good on Arthas, and they showed the Arthas-Rainer synergy there game 1, so that's a possibility. Instead, taking out one more global, no false stat here in game number 2.
Still some global available, right? You
They
could
got the
go with
Brightwing,
the Brightwing. You
got the
can get
ABBA,
like
got the
get
Lost
the
Vikings.
you could like flight with Ariel at 20.
Sure, sure. Illidan with the Hunt.
Yeah, you got some options. We'll see. B-Train gonna go with Rhaegar, a little roll swap here, and Azukai, who came in, presumably to play the solo lane from B-Train, is gonna be playing the Thrall. So a couple orcs there picked up at the 3-4 spot. Now we're back over to ReGen Red with their final 2 picks. They still need some sort of off lane for themselves if they don't want to make Sylvanas do it. And then they're gonna need some other form of damage because I don't know. I just don't see as it being enough right now to get through the assault that a Thrall can bring along with an Anubarak.
Yeah, and
It's gonna be Malthael.
Malthael Maiev.
Maiev.
Solo range Sylvanas.
Interesting.
Yeah, that Thrall gives Frank's Furters a lot of flexibility because you can run Thrall as part of like a triple front line. You can run him in the 4-man, you can run him in the solo. So really, Pro Brush can kind of pick anything he wants here and they can make it work with that Thrall pick. He's so flexible.
And there it is. It's going to be Greymane, so a lot of auto attacking damage. It's going to be up against a Johanna. Is that an issue? But other thing, it looks like Rhaegar might be thinking about a Bloodlust in this game. What are your thoughts there?
Hey, back when they first kind of reworked that, remember it was Earthquake Bloodlust, Murda.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And then that's the problem with Bloodlust is when you pop it, the other team just usually leaves, right? You just kind of wait it out. But if you pop it with Earthquake at the right time, it holds the other team there long enough for you to get the value out of it. So some charitable combinations here for a Funsy Saturday event. I want to see Earthquake Bloodlust. Don't let me down, Frank's Furters.
Winner of this will either be moving on to round number 4 will be sending us to a game number 3. This is map number 2 of the set, Cursed Hollow, with our Division D representative up 1-0 over our Division C Grand Champions, ReGen Red. Let us know in chat who you're here rooting for. Maybe it's a team later on. Maybe it's a team that already played today. Maybe it's just NGS or St. Jude's in general. Let us know what you're passionate about, what you're here hanging out for. I know Mongoose and I are excited to have you guys in the house.
Yeah, Wono coming in with 1,000 bits at work, but wanted to show my support, so shout out to Wono there. And B-Train confirming in chat, Bloodlust comp incoming.
Oh, God, I thought so. I mean, it's the only thing that made sense to me. So we're going to see it. B-Train has professed in chat. But let's introduce our team on the left first and foremost. We got Deltron playing the Maiev for the second game in a row. Murder switching over to a Sylvanas. Arrow on Johanna. Lucio played by Repsychic and up in the top lane by his Lonesome. It's Malthael played by Arya. Ladies and gentlemen, ReGen Red.
And Frank's Furters looking to just keep cruising through our Champions Charity Tournament event this Saturday. Dallying Pig playing Anubarak. B-Train on what should be a Bloodlust Rhaegar or We Will Riot. Boggs on Raynor. Pro Brush on Greymane. And Azukai on Thrall.
Looking at mid, but not looking at bottom, is Frank's Furters, and off to a quick start is Sylvanas. Should be a tower, but that's likely it. Lucio should have speed to get them out of here, as a Condemn's going to help negate any push in. Arrow actually taking a lot. That burrow charge is good. Has to use Iron Skin just as a shield to survive. Triple Umbral Bind there, and a little bit of damage in return from Deltron. Ultimately, it's a tower for ReGen Red. No kills for either side.
Arrow really flirting with it, man. He held that Iron Skin to the very last minute. He had 82 health when that Iron Skin expired as he was tapping there. So timing that Iron Skin just right.
But XP is going to be favoring Frank's Furters, as Malthael going to have to do the double soaking and kind of struggling up against Greymane, struggling up against Thrall up top and keeping up. So down bottom, ReGen Red still pushing in, trying to get all the advantage they can get in this bottom lane with the Sylvanas, and now they've gotten through a wall, starting to set their eyes potentially onto a well and potentially onto this fort.
Yeah, trying to set up that boss lane, I guess, but Malthael on a map this large is going to struggle a little bit to double soak, and Frank's Furter is not overreacting. They're actually getting the Bruiser camp mid lane to get a little counter pressure. B-Train now arriving to reinforce Boggs and Dallying Pig in the bottom lane. So let's see if ReGen Red sticks with the strategy or they're going to rotate away. And I think they're going to have to. Greymane's going to be pushing with the camp mid lane. I don't think they can ignore that.
Yeah, they're moving Maiev up there right now. Malthy will switch to the top lane to play against Thrall. So at least these lanes will be soaked for now, but Frank's Furters looking pretty good so far. They still have an option to get their siege camp as well. Timing out with that first tribute up top. We'll see if Greymane wants to move that way after kind of hanging out here at mid for a second. There goes ProBrush, disengaging with Greymane.
So kind of an interesting strat early game for ReGen Red. Cost them about a half a level in XP. Not the end of the world, but it is worth noting.
The return fire down bottom as well, right there from Frank's Furters. They're able to take out a turret of their own in the bottom lane. Here we see the announcement for the first tribute in 25 seconds. And it's going to be a little bit of an XP lead, about a full level right now for Frank's Furters. They're still soaking all three, and ReGen Red falling really far behind in minion soak.
Yeah, and it looks like ReGen Red, Murda, they do not appear to be coming. They have rotated 4-3 to the bottom lane. Now are they coming? I think they're going to be far too late unless they get an interrupt and they're not. They're just leaving Sylvanas and company in bottom lane, and they're going to try to get a fort while the members of Frank's Furters go on to this tribute.
And here comes some Siege Giants. Here comes B-Train from the top of your screen on Rhaegar as well. He's on the flank. Getting out of there is Sylvanas hopping on a mount as well. Going to be a disengage successfully from ReGen Red, but they're still down this XP. Level 7's right around the corner for Frank's Furters. And that's when it's going to start getting interesting, because they're going to be pretty far behind, already down one tribute, and if they fall behind an XP as well, that is not a good sign.
Yeah, it feels like they just don't have the siege damage to go along with the Sylvanas, honestly. They're not killing these buildings fast enough, maybe?
Yeah, and really great counter pressure. We talked about the Rainer standing strong in there earlier. The supporting coming in with that siege camp as well, making sure that push wasn't successful. Good push at mid as well. Here goes Greymane. He's just onto that tower, ripping through one in the wall. Gonna be able to get away. Swiping, disengaging. Greymane lives. Here comes the second tribute. 10 seconds away and up 1-0 with level 7 talents is Frank's Furters.
Yeah, I don't think this is something ReGen Red can stick with, because they're not winning these trades. Structurally, they're not winning. Experience, they're not winning. But they might have Greymane in a little bit of trouble now. Rainer and Anubrak going to be late. Maiev not even here yet, and Greymane is just getting absolutely chunked. But Thrall coming in on the flank, gets the chain lightning interrupt. Here comes Dallying Pig. Now both sides trickling in.
Yeah, level 7's art here, though, for ReGen Red, and they're going to take this fight. Very low on the front is Murder playing Sylvanas. Good Umbral Bind, but not getting the connection onto Greymane. So ProBrush still alive in the backside. Azukai on the top. Very low playing Thrall, but able to get back towards Rhaegar, get the healing, and here comes Greymane. Gets one. Arrow could be two. It's actually going to be Recycling, and Malthy will fall in first, and a good return fire. Deltron picking up 3 on the back, and Arrow's low. Can't be hanging out. One puppy bite and Johanna would have died there. So it's a 3 for 2 in favor of ReGen Red, but the tribute going over for the second time to Frank's Furters.
Yeah, Murder and Arrow were basically at 0 health. So even though they won that team fight, they were completely non-factors at the end of that. ReGen Red had to kind of concede the tribute there, but that does help them close the gap in XP just a little bit.
About a half level now, was a full level. ReGen Red looking at their bruiser camp, but up top, look at this Mongoose. First boss of the game being looked at, knowing that they are 1 trib away from getting the curse. They're going to send a boss in the top lane. ReGen Red's going to have to decide if they want to defend or fight for the tribute. But there's still 10 seconds, and they're going to be on their way. Actually, they're going to march at top. They're just going to push with this thing.
I don't blame them. That's the call, man. Greymane and Rainer are going to shred with this boss. Hyperion theoretically available if he goes that way, and he does. I mean, Greymane and Rainer do just a ton of siege damage combined with the boss and no defense whatsoever from ReGen Red. They're going to tear through that building real quick.
Yep, Beetles as well to help. And there goes the first structure of the game in favor of Frank's Furters. Boss still 75% of its health. Push it in this top lane. Here comes a 4-man response from ReGen Red, going to try to defend this keep, But Hyperion online now for Raynor. They're going to be able to push in a little bit more. There it comes first to fall as this boss is ripping through this top tower.
Yeah, Riot incoming, Murda, because no Bloodlust, no Earthquake. It is Ancestral and Stunner. B-Train lied to us. B-Train, we're very disappointed. But this top keep is under a lot of pressure here from Frank's Furters. And level 10's just about on board here from ReGen Red.
Yeah, they got him now. Maybe they want to move in here. Johanna not thinking the same thing. So Siege Camp going to be stolen away by Frank's Furters as the next tribute on the map. Look at who's back there channeling. It's going to be Thrall. And that's going to be the first curse of the game. Going to be in favor of Frank's Furters as you see them still trying to assault this top lane. They already got so much damage onto it earlier with the boss. Now pushing in with a new Brack as Cocoon available. Who are they going to throw it down on as Sylvanas taking a ton of damage. Great barrier coming out from Recycle, keeping a few of his friends alive. There's a Warden's Cage locking in a new Brack. Last Right's going to finish him up. There's one down, but Greymane looking to finish off Maiev will fall. Ends up being a 2-for-1 so far for ReGen, but they're going to lose their Malthael as well. 2-for-2. Bog's still alive. Lucio trying to do the supporting and the killing at the same time. This keep's going to fall in just a moment as Raynor's still active on it. Bog's getting pulled back by Maiev. Not enough. I think that's it. Mongoose, they're getting out of here from here.
Yeah, they got what they wanted, Frank's Furters. They got that keep. Look at the massive waves in the mid lane, massive wave in the bottom lane. So ReGen Red is going to have to do a lot of housekeeping. Going to lose the entire front wall here in the mid. And somebody's going to have to deal with bottom as well. The flip side of that, though, is ReGen Red is having a lot of experience hand-delivered if they have somebody there to collect it for them.
Yeah, they're going to get all of it down bottom now. Another big wave coming in up top that should be pretty free for them to grab as well. But they got to start worrying about their boss. It's on the map. They need to keep eyes on it. You see Maiev checking it there. Arrow also showing up on Johanna around their own boss, making sure that their enemies aren't here. They're going to pull it, but I think Frank's Furters is on their way here as well. They're just waiting for a Nubrak to be the one up front. Dallying Pig definitely getting ready to show up. Hyperion and Cocoon ready to go, Mongoose.
Yeah, here we go. This could be devastating if ReGen Red loses this. They don't have 13. They're getting absolutely shredded. Malthael is going to go down. A shield barrier, a hair late. Cocoon goes out onto Sylvanas, and Frank's Furters on a warpath. Johanna goes down. Maiev goes down. Recyclic going to escape, the only mana left to tell the tale. And here goes Frank's Furters right onto the boss again, eyeing yet another keep.
And these other two lanes are stacked up. Just a Lucio for now. Gonna try to just boop away these minions. A few respawns coming. Malthael's up next, but there's a boss coming down this bottom lane. Frank's Furters are second of the game. They've already gotten 3 tributes and a curse. Have just been dominating now 8-5 in kills. They have a 2-level lead, and they're setting their eyes on their second keep of the game here, Mongoose.
Yeah, and once again, the heroes on ReGen Red are just falling so fast. The Greymane combined with the Thrall and the Raynor and a 3-level discrepancy is really causing problems for ReGen Red. They just get shredded so fast. Maiev just goes down. Johanna forced to pop that Iron Skin early. Rhett going down as well. Arrow's going to fall. And I think this might be the beginning of the end. Frank's Furters eyeing the 2-0 against the C East Grand Champions, Murda.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be it. This boss still alive on the core. They're going to find another kill there on the Malthael. GG's thrown down in chat. Frank's Furter moving on to round number 4. And they're going to be facing the Division B team next, Mongoose. This is getting hype for them.
Yeah, the Division B East runner-ups NUES, who were so strong all season. Man, if they start taking games off those guys, there's going to be some eyebrow raising. Frank's Furter's looking so strong. But while we have a minute, in the middle of all of that, bum or not, Dr. Mantis TV and Wono coming in with some contributions for the kids. Now up to $590 for St. Jude's. Keep it coming, guys. That's so fantastic.
Those 3 combining for another $40 added in. Tremendous numbers. $590. Well on our way towards that $1,000 mark. So keep them coming. We still have, if I'm counting correctly, 4 more matches to get to today. Mongoose, you're going to be up next with Slexia
The
But
one and
that's it.
only.
But that's it for me for now. I'll be back in the match after your next one here. But let's recap this set. Frank's Furters looking so good, and they're going to be moving on. Anything you want to see them continue to do, or anything you want to see them change up a bit?
No, keep doing what they're doing, man. They're just unstoppable right now, Wave. My wife got called
Hey!
into work, so I got double duty. I got caster duty, I got dad duty. So
perfect event to bring the kids
yeah,
out
that's
and
what
hang
I'm
out on
saying, right?
camera. That's awesome, dude. I'm hoping you can put the headset on her and she can help cast with you guys next round.
We'll try that. You want to try casting next game? No, okay. You're still only 4?
Oh,
You're too little. She's only 4 and she's too little.
I love it. I love it. Well, hey, Mongoose, it's been a pleasure getting to finally cast with you again. I hope that you guys in the next round do a fantastic job there as well. I'll see you guys from Twitch chat later on. But that's it for now. We're going to take a short break, about 10 minutes, setting up round number 4. It's going to be Frank's Furters. Moving on.